whatever that may be.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Children of Éarte. We're so excited to have you here. As usual, Adam, who are our amazing sponsors today?
We have Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms. Thank you for your support. You can grab an Electrum chest code on the overlay or bouncing around in chat. We have Die Hard Dice, who has supplied our cast with Sorrel's Suppliers of Surprises. Sorrel's Suppliers of Surprises.
Very nice.
Thank you, Die Hard Dice. You can use the code Éarte to get 10% off your order, and we're also giving away a $20 gift promotional code. Prompts in chat for that as well. And finally, tonight you'll hear the dulcet tones of Sirenscape, because epic games need epic sound. I'm Adam Bradford, CDO at Demiplane. So much going on, maybe too much sometimes, but it's all exciting times here at Demiplane, and we are just really thrilled. The next couple of months in particular, we've got Marvel Multiverse RPG and Vampire the Masquerade character tools that are coming very, very soon here. So we'll have more news on that soon. And tonight I am playing Silas Sorrel, your dimensionally displaced magical superfan.
My turn. Hi, everybody. I'm Alicia Marie. You can find me on socials at Alicia Marie Body. I'm a professional costume artist, and I decided I'm going to call myself an actor from now on.
Yes! Do it.
A PSA for everyone who has a friend who makes costumes, or you intend on getting your own costume made for Halloween. Do not wait until 2 weeks before October 31st to call them up and ask, can you give me an idea on how to make something? Because you'll be met with the biggest laugh track. Tonight, I am playing Fairuza Armstrong, attorney at law, who has herself a new Nutcracker doll. Yay! Yay!
Hello, I am Jen Kretchmer. I'm going to be calling Alicia 2 days before. No.
She said 2 weeks. 2 weeks is bad.
She said don't do it 2 weeks.
2 days
before.
is good.
2 days
Yeah.
is fine.
Yeah.
Cool.
By then she's all done. She's got lots.
Yeah, all the 2 week people are finished by that point.
I swear.
Alicia's literally going to leave her home right now and come over and kill me. I am at DreamWisp on the socials. I stream as DreamWisp Jen. I do a bunch of things. I'm an actor. I'm a writer. I worked on Dreams and Machines, which is out right now from Modifius. It's a really fun world, and go check it out. A bunch of other stuff happening that I'll talk about when it's ready to talk about. But today, I am playing your friendly neighborhood troublemaker, Maeve Morgan Flynn.
Hi, everyone. I'm Lauren Urban. I'm the content manager over at Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms. You can find me on the various socials as Obo Lauren. I'm here and a couple of other, streaming things. But if you happen to be in the Pacific Northwest in the next couple of weeks, I'll be playing oboe and English horn in Carmen with the Bellevue Symphony. Yay! Carmen. Yeah, happy opera. But
as they tend to be.
Exactly. They all end in sunshine and rainbows. It's great. But tonight, I'm not playing the English horn. I'm playing Carolyn Nebula Stern, who wishes that she'd spent a little more time in music in her classes.
Oh, it's me. Oh my god.
I love the dramatic pause.
Very dramatic pause.
Yep.
I love the overalls, by the way.
Okay. Hi, I'm Hope LaVelle. You can follow me on these socials at the Hope LaVelle. You can watch me as a dungeon master on Misfits Falsetta every Wednesday on the That's How We Roll channel. We're in limbo right now, which is really fun. Lots of chaos. And tonight I am playing Miss Robin Beckett, your favorite adventuring granny.
Amazing. And I am Deborah Ann Woll. I am your, can we get it? Chaos coordinator. It's not too hot to wear it, but it's on the back of my chair. I'm very, very happy to have you all here. Thank you. As you've probably noticed, we have some new artwork and things going on today. Thank you so much to Demiplane and all of the incredible artists there and graphic designers that helped make that possible. It looks spectacular. I'm so grateful and admiring. So
shout out real quick to
Yes.
Creative Outpouring is the artist username out there, and we'll have something going in chat here as well. But Creative Outpouring did an excellent job on updating everyone's look.
It looks
So
fantastic.
appreciate it.
Yeah, we're excited for this new, I don't know, not a new chapter. I suppose this is a new book in our series, in our trilogy, perhaps. I don't know. Whatever it is we're doing. But it's exciting here. So I'm excited to jump right in. And oh yes, and as Josh says behind the scenes, shout out to Adam for being a great graphic designer. So thank you, Adam, specifically, multi-talented, land thief and graphic designer.
I'm just waiting for my opportunity to become an air thief.
An air thief. Oh, this is a whole new thing. We'll have to come up with land and air. I mean, I'm all elemental in this story, so it's good by me. All right, so yes, you had defeated, made your way through this creepy cabin, got downstairs, found a horde of beautiful, shiny, wonderful things. Some of those things intrigued individuals of you. One item in particular was a crystal jewelry box, inside of which is a glass shard. A couple of you remembered something odd about the curtains in the room upstairs, ran up to find that there were letters written across the top of the curtain. And that's where we are. You found, let's see, we'll start with the on the very first panel that you looked at, it said DAAEDDADDED.
Oh my gosh.
Neb is like furiously writing everything down in her notebook, and you see her drawing lines and looking at the page. And
do you want to? There's more. There are more letters if you'd like to know them.
Yeah, is there anything else on there? The more I
Yes.
can get.
So knowing what you're looking at, you can see that on the 4 panels across the 2 windows. So there's that first phrase. It is repeated on the next panel, but the third panel is different. The third panel says DAGDE. CCGFB, with then like a little b next to that big B. I don't know, it's weird. Then on the 4th panel,
oh my gosh,
A with a B and then like another little b. CDEFGAGC hashtag.
Oh my gosh.
Can you repeat the panel before that, the DAGE?
I love you so much.
DAGDE, yes.
DAGDE.
CC GFB little b.
CCGFB, not E. Okay. CCGFB.
Silas is just going around saying, little pithy, sayings starting with words, starting with those letters. Like he is not convinced yet that it's music related, and so he's
doing
just,
the jumble.
He's just like saying, whatever he can try to make sense, and then he's like, no, that doesn't make sense, and obviously none of them. But he
daring
keeps trying.
Acrobats always end doodles during a daring, death-defying, ever-changing declaration.
That is a good example.
It's exactly that.
I solved it.
And I have to say, back in my day, we called it a pound sign.
Oh, a pound sign.
Do you know why they called it a pound sign, Miss Robin? Like, why is it a pound?
I feel like you know.
No, I don't actually. I don't have a clue.
It feels like
It's because it was the button that you pushed when you were angry at someone on the phone. You like, you know what? Well, beep, yo, bye-bye.
So
That's what I used it for.
It's not the little tiny thing you put down when you want to play like micro tic-tac-toe. But no, in this case,
or the symbol for numbers.
Oh yeah, no. But this is music, right? Because we have to play it on the music box. So I think that's a sharp. And she's continuing to write.
That's a sharp, and Maeve does play the flute.
Really?
Fruit?
You're
Yes, the
into
fruit.
it?
Yeah, like an Irish.
Yeah.
I think I have a war gong. I can pull
love
that
it.
out.
Yes.
Fairuza
So-
plays the war gong. She's like, will this be
I got
helpful?
this. Boom.
The nice backing track.
So if that's a sharp, then the small B would be the flat.
Yeah. And this is probably, I mean, it's I got to figure out what direction it goes in, but this is, I mean, it's got to be music that means, oh.
Oh,
That means
what?
oh.
Can you hum it for us, for the rest of us
There's
who have
no
no
letter
idea what's
O.
going on here?
You know what? I think I can do something better because I think I know what this is. And I'm going to go, I don't know who has the music box.
It was down. I mean, if you brought it with you, I don't know. It was downstairs.
Silas?
I didn't say that I brought anything, but so
I will go
I dev-
downstairs.
Go back
I
down.
definitely did not
Oh.
bring anything.
So
I don't
yes,
think I
to
would have taken it out of its natural habitat, at least.
Yeah.
Remind everyone, it's the kind of music box that has those tines that can be plucked and they will play a different note. And there's usually a little roller that has bumps on it in a specific order that plucks them in the order of the song. That roller is missing and you were looking for it and could not find it.
And we can get access to the tines,
Yes, you
right?
can use your fingers,
Mhm.
yes.
On the tines, do I see any indication of, do I see any notations? Do I see anything on those tines? Investigation. 15.
You see a middle C.
Perfect. So it takes Neb a second or two as she's remembering.
Yes.
Oh yeah, but clarinet's in that
Third
weird thing, and so
grade.
that's not whatever. Okay. You remember how earlier I was talking about how I was afraid that the woman that was originally here, the one that was, the bad lady, the scary lady, she might have been someone from Éarte who then got trapped here, distracted. Well, listen to this, if I'm right about this. And Neb is going to start to play Raindrops on Roses and Whiskers on Kittens. And I'm going to stop singing so that we don't get in trouble with Twitch.
Please keep singing.
But she will continue to sing, these are a few of my favorite things, as she's
As you play
playing
them?
it very slowly on the tines. Ding, 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 ding.
Why
Yeah,
would
and
this
she'll-
be here?
What?
Why would this be here above this window?
Well, if it's the key to this, then I'm hoping it's gonna open this up.
So as you are playing it and you get to that last C hashtag sharp pound key number sign, it plucks that last little tune, which then seems to move a spring at the back and a little whirring, and the whole thing just pops a little bit open.
Neb, you're a genius.
Well,
Neb, Nate.
well, what else would a hoarder of shiny things be singing except that? And Neb hasn't reached in to grab the shard just yet. She's just holding
Gotcha.
the box up. So we've reached that point. Who wants to take it?
Rob.
Silas floats it out.
Okay.
Okay.
I float it out.
And the only
I
reason
prefer to touch things
Mark.
with my invisible
With
10
my
foot pole
mind.
the first time that I touch something. So yes.
and I'm not saying that anything's going to happen. This might be me being more cautious than normal, but if now having this last one is going to instigate everybody coming out of the woodwork, we might want to be ready.
I'm floating it just up, turning it around and seeing if there's any, like a fishing line attached to it or anything like that.
Oh.
Do you want to make a perception or an investigation check?
Sure, you can make that. That's a let's see. Investigation's better for me,
Yeah,
plus
you can do
4.
+4. Your mind does the whole like nothing here, and indeed it does not have any wire or anything attached to it.
All right, it seems like it is not like, jury rigged into any kind of trap. So
I
where do
think
we want to put this?
Robin will pull out of her bag like a handkerchief and say, well, we just usually wrap it.
There's a little paper doll.
Off. That's right. I forgot I had dolls in there.
yeah, maybe we should. I like the idea of wrapping it
Although,
up. Maybe
did all
we
the
should.
paper dolls get burned up? I can't remember who went in your bag.
I think they did.
They got the paper dolls? Okay,
We
good.
got everything.
Yeah, maybe wrapping it up is good, but probably putting it in the bag with the toy army is a bad idea.
No, yeah.
Yeah. So Silas just gently lays it down. He looks like Anakin Skywalker in that ridiculous scene in episode 2 where he's floating the fruit over to Padme, and then like he gets done and he like does this weird thing with his finger. That's what Silas does right now.
All right, place it down, probably on the stairs up to the upper floor, because there's no other really sort of obvious flat surface here other than just gold.
No, I was saying I thought she had a handkerchief out, and I'm just gonna like float it into her hands.
All right, so Robin is now holding it in a handkerchief. She's dusted the paper doll off of it into her bag.
So I'll be just holding it unless someone wants to, I think Robin would hand it off. I think, honestly, I think I'd give it to Silas. But if you don't want it,
I'm fine with it, and
Maeve has a bag. Maybe I hand it to Maeve because I have to get these dolls out of this bag. So
I don't want the dolls.
I think
so
it's
excited
time
for
to
what
let
that
them
might
go. Maybe I'll
Alright.
keep you.
I'm gonna release them into the wild.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So I hand
200
Do
years
they
in the
need
future, someone comes
food?
upon a
Like-
colony
Uh,
of
animated dolls.
Lord of the Flies, porcelain dolls.
they have a story passed down through the ages about Mama.
Oh
Mama.
my god! Oh my god! Okay, one of you
Mama.
They
needs to
built an
do a
effigy,
spin-off.
like
Oh.
an all doll.
Yeah.
Can you guys remind me
one
who
shot.
had the necklace? Did we put it back in Hope? in
the necklace
Robin's
is
bag?
hopefully somewhere where no one
You
knows
all
where it is.
kind of hit it. You
Put it
you
somewhere.
flung it off
Okay.
in a direction that nobody really noticed, and it kind of fell behind some things. You're actually not quite sure where it is right now.
Okay.
But it
All
is
right,
no longer effective.
I am a fan of getting out of the creepy house.
Yeah.
Are we taking some of the gold as well? Are we taking any of the money?
You
Are
know
we-
my stance on gold,
Do we
so
need it?
that's a no for me.
I don't know. Is it?
I
Are the
mean, Pivum,
coins-
are there places to spend gold?
Maybe we'll need it for a bribe or something later.
He Pivum,
That's such
has
a lawyer
been
thing to say.
What did you say? I didn't hear you.
That's such a lawyer thing to say.
What
to
did
me.
we
What is it for a bribe? She said.
Nice.
That's amazing.
We're gonna grease some palms here.
I mean, I'm curious if the coins are where the coins are from or what they.
So yeah, you wanted to give me a check on that. Actually, I'd love it.
What kind of check would you like?
History or investigation?
Fairuza's had some experience with the bacon, egg, and cheese.
What do you got there, Maeve?
21.
21. Which did you do? The investigation or the history?
It doesn't matter.
Oh, it doesn't matter. Same thing.
yeah.
Well, let's give you the investigation one of it. You notice that they're poorly stamped. A number of them. So some of them look like coins that are sort of familiar. Maybe not, from America or from not a euro or that kind of thing, but coins that, look like could be from Earth, some sort of civilization on Earth. Some of them are just raw gold nuggets. And then some of them have sort of interesting, weird inscriptions and symbols on them that don't look like anything you've seen particularly in our
Those are the
culture.
ones
Yeah.
I'm interested in.
Those are the
Other
ones you're
that
interested in?
Other places.
Yeah, they have interesting, like there's one that has, it almost looks like those little like seal stickers that they put on like certificates for being a good neighbor or something like that, has like those little cutout star edges. But again, there's like weird striations going across them and funny, interesting symbols that maybe could have language. You're not sure. But yeah, there's a lot that are just very unique. The more you pick them up, the more you realize how diverse and varied all of this currency is. You know, when you're money McDucking in it, like Pivum is right now, it just feels like a sea of coins. But as you look at them closer, they're very unique.
I mean, you never know.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think, and if nothing else, it's quite a coin collection to have going forward.
Sure. Pivum kind of turns back to Silas and goes, you know, sort of says,
Well, we've got gold in Larilia, and we, you know, sometimes it can come and help you. Helpful, come in handy. That's the word I'm looking for.
So Pivum, like, I mean, come in handy as in, like, do your people mine it, exploit it, turn it into paper bills? Like what is the economy like?
It's pretty. You can put it on things and make things out of it and wear it. Yeah, you can do a lot of cool things with gold. Yeah.
So what kind of currency, like, are you on like a bartering system, or like, how does that work?
Well, we take care of the world, and the world flourishes and takes care of us.
That seems like a great way to do things.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Let's
okay.
go.
I've got my bag's pretty full with the stuff that, you know, didn't get destroyed by the train. So
Neb will take 5 of those coins that have all kinds of different
more
markings on
interesting
them.
ones. You got it.
Yeah, mostly less about the gold and more about, maybe we can figure out the stories behind these. They've got to be from a bunch of different places.
Cool.
Mm-hmm. Fairuza will take 20 coins and put them in her messenger bag.
that's such a specific number.
I mean, I had a specific number too.
I don't know. 20 is different than what you said, though. I don't know why, but it is.
It's the right amount for bribing.
Big
And a little
egg
left
cheese.
over, you know.
I trust the lawyer with the money.
She's family law, you guys. She's a stand-up lady.
That's why I trust her with the
you,
money. Yeah.
Deb. Thank you, Deb.
I'm just
Okay.
gonna take.
Maeve's just gonna take some, yeah.
It's not like a everything I can grab. It's just a more of just like
It's just a
interesting ones. I'm not
bunch.
really
She's gonna
counting.
take bunches
Yeah.
of money, yeah.
No, it's like it's not a greed thing.
Yeah.
It's this looks interesting.
Mhm.
This looks interesting. This looks.
Yeah.
It's not counting though.
Yes.
It's more of the just what looks interesting.
Discerning.
Yeah.
collection. Okay, cool.
Same.
Great. There you are. You've collected some money. You have a shard and a piece. You've had a shard and a handkerchief. It's, you know, now it's probably 6 or 7 in the evening. It's quite dark outside, but it is still sort of early. You've only been awake for about half a day.
All right.
Yeah.
So, a couple questions. I agree that we shouldn't be in the creepy house when we do anything. Do we want to go find camp and wait until after 2:13 to do something with the mirror shard? Do we want to put the mirror shard in before 2:13 and be ready for anything?
That's a really good question.
Or do we want to not put the shard in at all tonight?
That's kind of my feeling, simply because I would like to know, since you are all so suspicious, if we talk with Ivy and Tallrun tonight as though we haven't found the shard yet, will they just know? Like, how
That's
much
what I
can
was
they sense out of what's been going on?
That's what I was gonna ask. I do think we should get as far away as we can tonight from this particular house.
Yeah, this place is creepy.
I'm all for putting the shard in as soon as possible, because I always feel like the longer we hold on to it without putting it somewhere, we have a chance to get it taken or stolen or broken or lost. However,
Yeah, that kind of applies to the whole mirror at this point, though. Like, because we're just kind of carrying it around with us.
it's in Robin's big, huge backpack, right?
It
No.
is, but I mean, the shards in my, you know, moderately sized, you know.
Yeah, who's carrying the
good-
mirror? It's Robin. You don't think it is in your bag?
I don't recall putting it
With
in
the
With
there.
dolls?
paper doll.
I didn't think we could fit it in the bag, that it's like
Yeah.
wrapped in the quilt, and either you I thought
Someone.
what I remember is you had it against your back and then your backpack like over it.
Oh. okay.
Mhm.
That
We
That
we
might-
left it on the porch of this place, or like,
Oh
what
my
did we do here?
God.
I mean, this is an incredibly important thing that we're just kind of like.
Whoops.
I mean, if you're still wearing your bag, I don't think you would have taken. You would still have the mirror with you up until the end of the last episode. Just
We
because you would
let
have
the
been looking
person
for
that we knew was cursed carry the mirror.
That's what I'm
because
thinking.
What were
the
we
person
thinking?
because the person who was cursed was looking for shinies. There's no way the person looking for
That is
shinies would have
true.
let
They
that
would
mirror
protect
go.
the mirror with their
That's
lives.
true.
Yeah. Okay.
The
So yeah,
ultimate
that's why
shiny.
the mirror is still there, and I will
Okay.
point to Robin's.
I'm willing to retcon that mostly because I didn't track it either. That you had sort of
I
strapped
have it. Hang on. I
Oh.
do have
Oh,
it in
of
the
course,
notes.
yes. Jen knows.
Sorry.
But I'm willing to retcon if we don't have it or we don't figure out that it was strapped
For the
in
sake
some
of time,
way.
it's fine to say.
Yeah,
that.
Robin
to
has it.
Robin's
Yeah.
bag.
Yeah.
So that you don't have to think about it. It was, you know,
Okay.
as you take your bag on and off, it's not in the bag, but it's attached to it. So it's part of your equipment. So Robin, you have it, but it is not in your bag with your army of dolls.
What time of day is it at this
It's
point?
like 7 o'clock,
yeah.
and it's dark.
I think that we need to get some rest and try to do this tomorrow.
You've only been up about half a day.
Still, I don't think that we need to try to bring things to a head like immediately.
I definitely don't want to do it at night, and I definitely don't want to do it in this house. So maybe we solve those problems first and go from there.
Okay.
Yeah,
And Silas, you're
everything looks
floating this
better
thing
during
in the
day.
napkin, right?
No,
right
it's
now?
in the handkerchief now. Like she,
Okay.
I mean,
He's holding it.
Robin can, yeah.
Okay.
Or no, yeah, I put that in my bag. That's right. She wrapped it up and I put it in the bag.
Before we leave this house, or as we leave the house, Robin is going to like have the door ajar and just like, all right, guys, I don't know what all that was, but I think it's time you guys go. And she's gonna try to get all the dolls back into the house.
As that is happening, Silas definitely wants to make sure that everyone else is like out
Okay.
or whatever. But as we are going up to that top level room at the top of the stairs where the shadow room is, Silas is going to telekinetically lift the mug off, and this was Neb's mug, right?
Yep.
And he's going to float it back to himself to give back to her, but then he is going to say, hey, I don't think it was anything personal. Live and thrive. And he just calls out to the shadows and closes the door very briskly behind him.
What door?
So no, there's no door.
There
Adam.
is no door. Well, then that's fine. He just flies away.
Gotcha. So you all come up the stairs, you crawl through the holographic mouse hole that gets you into the shadow room. And as Silas, as you approach that mug and that candle and begin to kind of look at it and contemplate how you're going to remove this mug, and everyone else is moving out into the living room area, you can already see big arms and tentacles and beaks and claws and all different manner of creature limbs reaching out, and you can feel that they are almost ready to burst. And if anything, if you go in, and I won't make you do the check for it, but the mug is shaking under the kind of psychic pressure of this particular space. So as everyone else moves out of the living room into the outside,
I'm going to just really fast telekinetically pull it to myself, but then the intent is where everybody is aware, like, there's something very, at a minimum, there's a necklace down there that is very dangerous to someone. And so Silas is just putting the natural defenses back in place as we vacate this area.
So thrive and prosper as you fly out the door. Robin, as everyone kind of gets safely down off the porch, you close the door just to like 6 inches and open your bag. I'd like you to make a persuasion check, please.
Okay. Oh no. It's 11.
It's 11. One little doll head, we'll say it's a nutcracker, sticks its head out. It's got a big long beard and its teeth. It looks up at you and goes and disappears back inside your bag.
All right, I'll deal with this later. Yes. Okay. I'll close the door.
close the
Neb,
door.
Neb is gonna pull out. She's got her really old Swiss Army knife. It doesn't have half the stuff attached to it anymore, but she'll pull out whatever the sharpest implement on it is, and will scratch into the door. This house is cursed.
Oh my god, I'm sure the owner's gonna love that.
The owner right now is Robin, I think. And Robin, are you okay with my vandalism?
It adds a little something so sweet.
The living room is a mess. Half of it's on fire, like it's burned with scorch marks all over it.
We
The
stole
other half
stuff.
has stuffing and shards of wood splintered everywhere. There's little torn up bits of paper. I mean, it's a mess in there. All the furniture is overturned. So yes, this people will believe you if they open the door.
I feel like a warning is in order just in case.
Okay. You're outside on the porch. It is now dark. You can see the skies are clear tonight. It's really open above you. The stars are shining brightly. It's a very, very cold night. You can feel it coming on. It's going to be a freezing, freezing night.
Oh, great. We're gonna have to snuggle up together or something.
Well, I mean,
I
we can
know.
start with a fire.
That too.
I actually think I might be able to help. You know, back in my day of building sandcastles and on the beach, there were times when I wasn't on the beach, but I really wanted to build sandcastles, so I would just imagine that I was doing them. and as Robin kind of walks towards the front of the woods, kind of under some cover, she's just gonna be like, oh yes, and I would put a spire here, and I would have a big door right here with big and a moat. And as she does this, you start to see this like shimmery like essence like of a little hut of some sort that looks like a little sandcastle.
Oh my
kind of
gosh.
shimmer there. And she says, I think that this would be a very warm and cozy place to be.
Oh, this is amazing.
So are you building
Robin.
this like 10 feet from the front porch, or?
No, I moved like towards
Okay.
the woods.
You're starting to walk into the woods a little
Yeah,
bit.
I would do
Okay,
it under
sure.
cover of canopy.
Okay. So you find a kind of clear sort of level area, but there's still tree cover. It's not a clearing.
Mhm.
And yeah, begin to create this kind of beautiful sand castle.
And Robin will kind of stand back and be like, oh, I've outdone myself this time. And she's going to like poke her head inside and
Beckett's brilliant barracks.
I like it.
You can give tall halfling a run for their money.
It's cozy, and you guys have got to see this. This is a new one for me.
Oh my God.
As you poke your head inside, everything there are like little benches you can sit
Oh my
on, and like little windows inside, but it's all like made of sand, as if it was all dug out from the inside, and there's everything's kind of carved out of the sand around you. There's little shells. It's like a picture rail decoration around the top.
As Silas comes up, you see that like just this illusory little like braid falls down around his face, and he's like, I hate sand. It gets everywhere. And then but then he's like, I'm just kidding. Sand is amazing. And then he like kind of rushes in, like flies through the opening, and is like touching everything, and like, oh my gosh, it's like completely firm and sturdy. And then he's like sitting down and like trying to say, like, I choose this place. This is where I'm gonna sleep.
Fairuza, it is kind of like a playhouse. Just
For me? Okay,
appeared
that's what I was
in the
wondering.
middle of not just for you, but it's like in the middle of the woods. She created like a playhouse. There is room. I mean, you can obviously go inside, but it's magical.
Definitely stooped. And so
Robin's-
she's outside, sort of feeling the outside, just like it's real. I thought it was like an illusion or something. When did you figure out you could do this, Robin?
And she like kind of stands up and like cracks her back, and she's like, I just knew I always had it in me.
We've
Yeah,
been
Robin's
sleeping in
remarkable
garbage.
It's Robin's remarkable residence.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
And I'll just scamper on in and look at everything.
So it's quite warm in there. Sand is an excellent insulator. Even your own body heat without a fire in that kind of a little den is starting to already kind of do a pretty good job of warming up the place. Anyone, if your back is to the door or anything, you can feel that chill of cold that's kind of starting to come up. And obviously in a few hours, especially potentially around 2 a.m., it's going to be very, very cold tonight.
Robin,
Feel it in your bones, Neb.
in my spleen.
Your spleen.
Robin, can you alter it and make a fireplace, and I'll get a fire started.
Yeah, and Robin will just kind of like, she touches the walls and they kind of like shift, and like you get a little chimney, like a little fireplace made of sand. Oh, this is fun. What else?
More shells show up to do the fireplace surround.
Oh, that's
Oh
awesome.
my gosh, that's so cool.
Perfect. That's amazing. I'll go get some wood. We'll get a fire going, and then I don't know. I just kind of want to sit in a sandcastle all night. This is fun.
I say you all have the most ingenious. You made an igloo. You're making a sandcastle. Say, hey, sand doesn't burn. Let's put a fire. Amazing.
It'll just turn to glass. It'll be fine.
Ooh.
This is a kind of a really cool and useful skill to have, Robin. Like, maybe we should explore how much you can do with that skill. Like, what is it? Is it just like a fabrication, like, power?
I think it's very similar to what Silas does. I watch him. He makes things out of thin air, and I thought, why not me? I mean, I loved building forts when I was a kid out of cardboard and pillows and blankets.
As she's beginning to say that, you see like little pillows and things begin to kind of appear along the benches. Pillows that you'd see in like your grandmother's house, like really, like with needle point that says like kiss the cook, or I don't know. It's like
Cute as plastic over the couch.
yeah,
Like,
there's a little bit of plastic on it.
And there's absolutely a tin that you think is cookies. You open it up and it's sewing material.
All sewing material, and then little doilies over the back.
it's so true.
Next time I try to make food, I'll try to make some Werther's candies and see if I can fill that for you.
My God, good Werthers.
Yeah.
Mm.
Speaking of food, the only thing that would make this more perfect would be something to eat. I'm a growing girl. I need something to eat.
I don't think I can make food. Ned might.
So far, all I've been able to do is the really nice berries. I can make more if you want, or I could try to make something else. Do you
Berry
have
jam.
Oh, yeah. That's the one thing we have to conquer as a team here, is figuring out the food thing. But for now,
Well, maybe you can go
Neb.
hunt, Fairuza. You can go out with your giant axe and slaughter some kind of animal, and we can roast it on a spit.
Neb
Will you
looks
go out and
distinctly
slaughter any-
uncomfortable at that.
Oh, this is true. Yeah, maybe. I don't know if. Plus, I don't really know what's edible out here, to be honest with you.
I think that's a better point. And at this point, she's filled her hand with 10 of those plump red berries for everybody.
Maybe if I just think that it tastes like a roast, it will convince my taste buds.
Oh, what was that Willy Wonka candy, and where whatever you were thinking of, it just turned into that flavor?
Everlasting
everlasting?
gobstoppers.
Yeah. Neb picks up one of her berries and is thinking really hard about a specific food, pops in and goes, I mean, it tastes good, but no, it's not.
I'll take
Yeah,
it.
Nosters, the snozberries taste like snozberries.
One kind of berry, maybe I'll be able to make something else in the mornings inspired by the Sandcastle.
I don't know what y'all are talking about. These are good berries.
Well, thank you,
I like
Silas.
it.
I
Good
appreciate it.
I agree.
berries.
I-
We are the music makers. We are the dreamers of dreams. I'll have a couple.
And
I'll hand over too.
as Fairuza takes the berry, Robin like goes into her pocket and she pulls out this little spray bottle, and she's just like thinking real hard. Okay, a roast, and she kind of prestidigitates the smell of a roast over it.
Ooh.
She's got air
Smell
freshener.
potatoes.
You
Yeah.
got a roast air freshener, Miss Robin.
Her time
It's
is
not in the shape of a tree. It's in the shape of like a little chicken. You know?
It's like when you were a realtor and you needed to make the house smell good.
Like someone had just freshly cooked dinner.
Yeah.
Lemon chicken.
Time is a realtor. Yeah, I love it.
The lemon pepper sauce. Yeah. This is great. And Fairuza just munching on the berries.
I love the idea of you eating like 3 or 4, even though one is like enough to fill you for the whole
The
day. But
longest bread.
Fairuza's a growing person and needs like 3 of these. Yeah. I mean, I got 10, so I have more than enough for everybody. Pivum?
Oh yeah. Oh, Pivum will definitely partake. He says, "Oh yes,
This is right. You mentioned snozberries. We have snozberries and Lorelia. These do taste like snozberries. Yes, yes. Snozberries.
I'm excited to try that.
Yeah.
Those are real.
Oh, sure. Yeah, snozberries. We call them snozberries because they drip off the plant like this on long, sort of sinewy things, and they look like snoz.
What?
Mm-hmm.
So snot.
Yeah, snozberries.
Maybe I'll go hunting later. I don't know.
Well,
Have you guys given
later,
any thought to that stuff that we've taken from the house at all? Anybody thought about the stuff they took?
And as you say this, Silas is literally like spinning the crowbar like telekinetically
Yeah.
in front of him. It's like, yep, I'm thinking about it a lot.
I'm sitting in the corner and sort of taking those little odds and ends that I picked up
Mhm.
and sort of adding them on to my my belt and a few other things, and sort of just almost in a like a pattern, just sort of adding these little gold and metal accents to
nice. You're
my-
bedazzling.
I'm bedazzling.
A little light bedazzling in your
A light
sandcastle
bedazzle.
hut.
In the sandcastle hut, yeah,
Yeah.
like you do.
In the middle
And sort of changing into
netherworld.
some more comfortable, looser clothing that lets me move a little bit more, even though it's chilly. I'm wanting that movement a
Yeah.
little bit more. And yeah, that ring. I'm sort of in between because I'm working with my hands.
Yeah.
I'm sort of examining that a little
Yeah.
bit as I go, getting lost in those reflections and that storm a bit.
Yeah. It's really beautiful. It has a very much an heirloomy kind of quality to it. It's a little bit of tarnish, but in the way that makes you love it more. It has some wear marks where people have twisted it between their fingers and have added their own polishing to it over the years. It fits you perfectly. And as you're kind of every once in a while, kind of that star bright first star I see tonight keeps running through your mind, and the stars outside, and it just feels all very I don't know, faded, you might say. Gives you that feeling.
Miss Robin, I've got a weird question to ask. Is there like a corner that you don't mind if I just dig up some of your sand?
My what's the famous term? Casa Mojo Dojo house. Your Casa Dojo house.
I appreciate it. I don't know if I understand it, but I appreciate it. And Neb is going to go sit down in a corner, and it's going to be self-conscious at first, but then she'll get better at it, where she's going to just pick up like a handful of sand and start using it like a dust bath, like what some animals do to clean themselves. And she's mostly just working on the arm that has all of the scales that have come out on it, and just kind of trying to clean it off and clean it up a little bit. She won't take like a full dust bath, but she's going to try to just.
We have bedazzling, we have exfoliation going on. This is a party.
Significant sand bath experience.
Silas is just floating the crowbar, and as he's doing it, he's just kind of, and he's just muttering to himself like, man, it's so weird. Like, I'm pretty sure this would have been on the train at some point. And I don't know, why this was so interesting to me. And then kind of, again, it's like he's muttering, but then he's muttering like layers on top of that. And then he's like, like Half-Life, like, man, that was such a great game. And then he goes off on this like Half-Life, tirade. But then, periodically it is like floating and then it just stops in the air. And then he like can't telekinetically move it. And then he thinks for a while that it's just kind of like, almost like staticking, like glitching a little bit, like, or something. But then he starts to figure out something weird is going on with this thing too, because it's like stopping every now and then when he's moving it. But he can't quite, put a handle on why that would be the case.
Yeah. The more you play with it, the clearer that will become. But yeah, it is. Yeah, it has a weird, and when it does stop, nothing you can do until whatever accidentally happens again. You cannot make that thing move, not even with your mind. Fairuza, do you want to take a look at any of your prizes?
Sure, but she has a feeling that like Silas might like it. However, she's like rooting around in her messenger bag, and she's like, I mean, Silas, I think that crowbar is kind of cool. I mean, you were drawn to it because you think it belonged to the train, and you think it might have some significance to the train, or pretty much.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it might have just been because I'm a Half-Life fan. Seriously, like I don't know why I was completely drawn to it, but yeah, I mean, crowbars are useful, and one of the things that I was thinking too is that now that I can fly, I think that there are going to be situations where I can potentially use some of the rope that we have and tie that off here on the crowbar, and then that way we can I can fly up to a place and connect something and attach something to let y'all kind of climb up using that and stuff. So it was kind of practical when I was thinking about it, but it's doing something weird here. Like it's doing something really weird. And at some point while he's talking there, he's like, see, this is what I'm talking about. And then Silas eventually just kind of like picks up and tries to like, instead of with his mind, he's like trying to move it, and he's just like veins popping out, and he like can't, like, see if you can move this, Fairuza.
Okay. And she was sitting cross-legged on the floor because
but I want you to Hulk out here. I want you to Hulk out, like really try to move this.
She just stand up and like reach for your crowbar and like try to like wrench it and turn it. But like she's like, oh my God, you could really beat something with that too.
Something weird going on with that. Yeah.
Is you sure it's just a crowbar?
I mean, yeah, like, and Silas is like trying to slide his hands all against it now at this point to try to figure out what he can find.
Yes, with all of the sort of experimentation that you've done with really trying to feel for any little changes, variations, you do find a little depression on one side.
He's definitely pushing and
as you push in there, it releases. It falls to the ground or into your hand as you put a little pressure in that depression. But it's very imperceptible. You wouldn't have been able to see it as much as you could feel where it just dips in a little bit to give a groove.
Wait a minute. Is this like some kind of like do you remember like like stasis in Breath of the Wild or something, like where it's like you can just like freeze something in place? Like, is that like what this is? And he like picks the crowbar up again, and he's like okay, there it is, and he's like remembering where this depression is, and he like clicks it again and lets his hand go,
and it stays. And you're fine. The more that you do it, the less pressure. It's almost again like you just have to kind of know where it is and think that you want it to work. It doesn't even require very much of you, as it begins to, not as much as you learn it, as it begins to know you as well.
Wow. Everybody, you need to say it. And he just yells out in the sandcastle at that point. He's like, check this out. And then he's like, it will stay. And then he touches the button. It releases and he catches it. And he puts it back.
you could do pull-ups on this thing if you want.
I like this idea.
At one point, Silas, when you have it floating in the air, so it's only like a foot or two off the ground, Neb is just going to sit on it like it's a swing.
Yes,
I mean, not the most comfy seat. But this is amazing.
it is amazing. Wow.
What are you going to do with it? I fail to see. I mean, it's very cool, but I fail to see like how you're going to use this.
Miss Robin, like, are you honestly limiting the bounds of my creativity at this point?
Absolutely
there are
not.
there are so many things that can be done with this right here.
I mean,
Yeah.
frankly,
So
just as
many
a
things.
crowbar, it's already a very useful tool. But now that it can
Exactly.
do,
That's true.
Crowbar, tire iron, you know.
I mean, I don't have an answer for you yet, Miss Robin, but trust me,
I
when
look
something
forward to
comes
seeing
up,
it.
I'm gonna use this thing.
well, did Miss Robin, besides the necklace, did you or did anybody pick up something just because it felt right? Because like that's why I picked up the diamond that I did. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it, but it just felt like it was important to have.
Can I
What
hold
did
up
you-
the ring?
What did you pick up?
Oh,
Yeah.
this diamond that I had Miss Robin look at it just to make sure it wasn't,
I mean, it looks like
First.
something the Pink Panther would have taken. Like
Oh,
it's
like a
this
big time.
massive diamond.
Gee, I wonder
It's
what
like
you
out
saw.
of a prop house, but you looked at it and you know it's genuine. I mean, this is something.
Yeah.
This would cause a lot of trouble on Éarte.
and as she turns it, even though it is a clear diamond, it
Yes.
catches whatever light, and you can
Yes.
see some of the purples and blues and greens in the reflection. It's very pretty, and like I said, I don't know what I'm gonna do with it, but I felt it was important to have.
Regardless of where we are, I mean, I don't know if diamonds are even important where we are, but that's a pretty good pickup. And immediately Fairuza's questioning her life choices. Like, you know, pick up a diamond, I mean a crowbar, I don't know. And she's gonna like sort of I don't know, kind of awkwardly reach into her messenger bag, and she's gonna be like, I don't know, looking at the things you guys picked up, they seem so useful. But this one, it just reminded me so much of home that I had to. And she's gonna pull out of her bag the Nutcracker doll. And this one is a little
Silas
bit
immediately
bigger.
just whoa, what you bring that in here for?
You know what? I don't feel like that there's any danger coming from when you look at it. I mean, it's a Nutcracker, but for some reason, all the accents on the Nutcracker are almost like annoyingly pink. Like it has a pink sword, a pink shield. It has a white hat with like pink boots. And she's like, this ridiculous looking Nutcracker resembles almost identically the one that my aunt had in her house, and for some reason it just makes me feel a certain way, and I can't figure out what it is. But as soon as I figure out what the word is in my head, I'll tell you. But there's something about it that just called to me, and you don't think he's cute?
Perception check, Fairuza.
He's very cute.
Not cute at all.
8. Eh.
Yeah, there's something really familiar about it. It does look like this doll that your aunt had. There's something else about it. You can't put your finger on it.
It's on the tip of my tongue.
It's on the tip of your tongue. But it's you really like it, and you feel better having it around.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, his friends tried to attack us back at the house, but I don't know. He just feels familiar. So that's my only reason. I guess I probably should have taken something that could beat someone or something that had
I mean, you don't need that. You've got you and your axe. I think if that called to you for some reason, there's even if all that happened is it gave you some good memories, I think that's important.
But it is probably magic.
It could be
Yeah,
both.
everything
cursed. I'll keep him in the bag at night, so when we're sleeping. I mean, but then again, you think about it, he's the only thing that doesn't need to sleep. Oh, that came out wrong. I'll keep it in my bag at night, Silas. But yeah, that's what I took.
Maeve, you were holding up a ring that you found?
I just thought it was pretty. And it just there's sort of like a a storm or something in it. It's the flickering and the colors and the. I don't know.
Do you feel different when you wear it?
Not really.
I mean, do you feel like you need to find treasure at all costs, even if it alienates everyone around you?
Not any more than before.
Are you still diffed about that, Silas?
No, I'm just
That was a whole
wary
couple
of
hours
it.
ago.
Just wary of it. Just want to make sure. We've got to be vigilant.
Live and learn about cursed items. Absolutely. Well, and it's
Like,
very pretty. So
yeah, it seems to just sort of flicker on and off, almost like a pulsar.
We're all really brave.
And
to be
when
taking
Maeve
things
says the word pulsar,
yeah.
something changes.
What changes?
What changes, Maeve?
I want to get it right. Should have had it ready.
Okay, I believe you disappear.
I do disappear. Yes, that.
Oh.
Yes, that happens.
Maeve is gone.
Oh, Maeve, where are you?
As you reach out to feel the place where she is, you don't feel her.
I immediately use detect thoughts to scan for people in the area.
Oh my god.
I mean,
And so really
I
it comes
don't
down
think
to
so. Yeah,
can it penetrate that boundary?
No, I
You know,
don't believe so.
Yeah, I wouldn't either,
it
but it's
cannot.
what Silas would do.
Oh no.
So, Maeve, you are right where you were. You can see all of your friends and you can see the sandcastle, and they're all freaking out, and someone reaches out and tries to touch you, and their arms just go right through the place where you're sitting, and everything has this weird like gray cast to it, you know, like you're in the flashback sepia toned part of the movie, and it's super weird. There's a weird kind of like void sound around you, and you notice that about 60 feet away everything's just cloud.
You sort of walk forward.
You can walk forward, you can step right through your friends that are sitting there in front of you.
Can I interact with anything that's there? Can I
You
pick things up?
cannot.
Can I? Is there anything in this space that I see that's different than what was there
Perception
before?
check, please.
Okay. 22.
Me too. Everything is exactly the way that it was there, that you remembered. But this kind of haze, this cast that it's giving you, it feels like a ghost almost. Like something is that it's just on the other side of a veil of some kind. It's all there, it's all real, but you cannot access it.
I'm a hologram. I'm a ghost. I'm what am I? Who am I? Why am I having an existential crisis over this?
Oh, no.
As you say those words, you hear them echoed. Existential crisis.
We hear them or
No,
they do?
just me.
Okay.
We all
Hello?
hear it. No, just her. I was like,
Hello?
Maeve, what are you hearing?
No response. Well, you can't see her, Fairuza.
Oh, she's gone.
Yeah,
completely.
we're still
She's
doing
just
Maeve.
gone. You have
Maeve?
she
Oh,
disappeared. There is no physical evidence of Maeve.
I mean,
Oh
she's
my
really
gosh.
good at hiding. Maybe she just got out of here real quick. I don't know.
Gosh, I hope this wasn't me. Did I imagine this?
Maybe she turned into an ant or something, and Silas is like looking on the floor.
Everyone
and stuff.
look
You're
for
Rick
Aunt
Moranis.
Maeve.
There are movies like this. We took cursed items from a cursed house. What were we thinking?
That little echo, off in the distance, Maeve, you start to say, who is it? And again, that voice that you heard in your mind when you were running away from the zombies in town seems to be all around you here. And it simply says, do not be scared. You were always meant for this place.
Do not be scared. What?
Do not be scared. You were always meant for this place.
Well, that's kind of terrifying in its own way.
Oh my god.
It was always meant to be a ghost?
Not
Or
a
to have an
ghost.
existential crisis?
It doesn't laugh. I laugh. Maybe it does let out a little warm chuckle. You're fine. You can go back anytime you wish.
Who are you?
Someone who cares for you.
At least give me a name, something.
It is not time. But know you can come here if you need to feel safe.
All right. Thank you, I suppose.
I'll see you soon. Pulsar.
That was weird.
Is she back?
Do you want to? That can send you
I'll
back
be
if you
back.
wanted to. Yeah,
I'll
you
let
can come
them
back.
send me back this time.
So yes.
Oh.
So that
Guys,
can
what in the
send you
hell?
back.
She comes
There
back.
goes Maeve. She has now
Oh.
moved.
Thank
She
goodness.
has stepped through a few of you. She's now standing over by the door, and suddenly she is there back in her physical form.
Did you turn into an ant?
Where did you go?
No, I was here, but I was not here. I was.
Well,
She's in
was-
shock.
how did you do that? Like, what did you do to disappear?
I'm not sure yet. Something, but there was a. So, do you remember how when we were in the ice caves, we were sort of in different levels of reality, the same place but different places.
Yes.
I think
Yeah.
it's like that, but it's a grey place.
It's like pocket dimensions.
Oh.
I don't think I was in anyone's pocket.
Yeah.
Maybe.
That's just what the sci-fi calls it a lot of the time.
Well, are
Oh.
you okay? That's the question.
I think so.
Oh.
What did you see? Because I could see you,
Nothing.
but I was.
No, we're flipping out.
You just
Man.
vanished
I
literally
couldn't
right in
even.
front of our eyes.
I couldn't even find you telepathically.
You just
Interesting.
Maeve.
You say-
Insight
Maeve.
check.
Did the ring allowed you to do that?
I guess so.
Can you control it?
Or the coins. And I'll look at it and I'll go. I kind of will rub the ring and sort of look at it and. I don't know.
Did you say something special? Did you?
I said
Turn
it
it
looked
a
like a
certain way?
pulsar. Nothing
She's not-
happens. Oh, is
Pulsar.
it? So is it?
I forgot. You're right. We're doing one a day. You're right.
one a day? Or
One
I
a
didn't
day.
know if it changed or.
No, it didn't change. You're right. I
Okay,
forgot.
one a day. So yeah, no, nothing happens again.
Well, I'm sure you'll figure it out. It seems very cool, as the kids say.
Yeah, that's definitely a useful, because there's a lot of things we're going to be able to use an invisible person for. If you can figure out controlling it, I mean,
But she did physically move from the location she was at to a new location. I was like, so Silas is like, especially if it means that you can move with it. Like, did you move while because you were here and then now you're here? Like-
Sort
Could
of
you go
walked.
through things?
But there were no. I mean, yes, but the things weren't really there. It was sort of. more
Yeah,
like
that's
just
even better.
holograms.
Like, what if we need to get through like a door? We have trouble with doors.
no, we don't.
That's true. We've got Fairuza has zero
I guess
trouble with
that's
doors.
true. We don't
Yeah.
anymore.
We have a Fairuza. We don't need a door. Maeve,
Yes.
how much do you know about pulsars?
They blink in and out.
Yeah. They're really fast rotating stars, and every once in a while the light from it just happens to hit Earth and we can see it, but then it's like it vanishes. Like what you just did.
You know what?
Oh, that's super cool.
Strange.
It's a very cool name for a superhero, right, Silas?
Yes, there have
Pulsar.
been multiple pulsars over the years, yes.
Wow.
You go to Wikipedia, there's a disambiguity page, yes.
I feel like I should get you
like any word associated with almost anything cool.
Yeah,
That's true.
they're all
Just a
taken,
superhero
that's
at
for
this point.
sure.
That's true. I feel like I should
Éarte.
get you a Polaris mug now.
Ooh. Did you hear or see anything where you went?
I just heard a voice saying it was safe, and I feel like I can trust it. I don't know why, but I do.
You trust a strange voice in your head.
Probably more than you
It wasn't
trust
in my
us.
head. It was
Oh.
there.
You just a strange voice you were hearing. Sorry, I was thinking about that undersea creature that was talking
This
with
was
us.
it. Well, maybe not. Maybe this is something trying to kill me.
Maybe, but your instincts are usually, if not correct, close to the mark. And so for you to
wasn't
have an
telling
instinct
me-
like that.
I think the difference was it wasn't telling me to do anything.
Okay.
It didn't want anything from you.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Sounds like a guardian.
Next time you go to that place, maybe you can get some more information, answers.
Yeah.
Or you can walk through a door.
That too. I mean, you could do both, it sounds like.
I wonder
Yeah.
if I could. I wonder if I brought something there and left it, if it would disappear or stay there. I wonder if it. I have a million questions, but I don't have any answers.
I know, isn't it
So-
exciting?
It was very strange. It's strange not to have to have all of the things you know, and you can't pick anything up, or it was very strange.
Oh yeah,
Very
you just
cool.
completely vanished and
Maybe
were
I was
gone,
a
gone.
ghost.
Yeah, maybe it's like you're in the realm of ectoplasm. And,
Ew.
you know,
I don't
kind of
feel
like in
like I was
Ghostbusters,
covered in
right?
any ectoplasm.
Yeah, but
That's-
I'm just saying, like, you know, maybe it's something like that. I mean, it's not exactly like the movie. It's not like they were basing that on some real experience, but I'm saying the principle maybe is that like you're in like a different place where like Slimer is. But maybe it's not slime because you weren't covered in slime. Maybe it's just, I don't know, weird, mysterious voice people.
If we learned anything from this adventure, it is that stories are not just stories.
Not.
Maybe Dan Aykroyd is a scribe.
Oh.
Maybe.
Well, that may be true, but I'm very glad, Maeve, that you're not covered in slime because that would be disgusting.
Me too.
No, that'd be a
Especially
bad.
because unless I'm mistaken, Miss Robin, there's no shower here, correct?
And Robin just holds up the little squirt bottle.
You want to smell like lemon chicken.
Yeah. Smell like roast beef.
Cool.
What did you take, Robin, besides a bag full of
Dolls.
dolls?
I honestly, after the feeling of wanting treasure in the moment, I didn't want anything. You know, and I kind of feel like I do have something magical. It's this bag. It just keeps getting bigger and bigger, and I seem to be able to hold more and more things in it, and I reach into it and always get exactly what I need. It's maybe
Yeah, there's
that.
some real TARDIS going on with whatever is on your back now.
We'll see. I don't know.
Wait, do you know what the TARDIS is, Miss Robin?
I've been around since the
Yeah.
50s.
Are you kidding me?
Doctor Who is almost as old as I am.
Well,
That bag does look bigger. It looks much bigger.
Right? I don't know why, but it's
She's
still
got a whole
sits-
army of dolls.
Oh yes, probably that. But it sits comfortably on my back. It feels right.
Well, as long as it continues to be comfortable, because the army of dolls that you've got in there have got to be very heavy, but I guess not.
Maybe a bit, but not too bad.
I wonder if they still will follow your whims.
I don't know.
Like-
I tried to get them out of my bag and they didn't want to listen, so.
Which could mean you don't have any control over them, or they're just ornery children.
Yeah.
I guess what I'm saying is I wonder if we get into a bind, if you can be like, hail my army of dolls, attack and eviscerate, and I wonder if they would like actually, help you out as mama, or if all of that, connection is now severed without the amulet.
I'm sure we'll find out, because I
I'm
honestly
sure we
don't want
will.
them in my bag forever. But, maybe if we need a small doll to go in a tiny place, I can convince them. But I don't know. We'll just have to play it by ear.
Wow,
Endless
true.
years. Oh my god.
that was pretty dark. Yeah.
What? What did I say? I don't remember. Sometimes
You were
I just-
talking about things that you could do with your army.
Oh.
I think you make a good point, though, that when we're ready to experiment, one doll, bring out one, and see what you can do.
We can threaten Talron. You never know.
with an
With a
army of
nutcracker.
dolls.
No, actually, now that I've said that out loud, you have to admit, all those porcelain dolls were super creepy. I think an army of those dolls would even creep out Talron, if only for a moment.
Yeah,
I
before he
don't
set him on
disagree.
fire.
Speaking of bowls and china
porcelain,
shops,
porcelain won't burn.
Bull and China shop. Yes,
Bull and
ma'am.
China shop.
Yes.
hold up a
I
hand
wanted
for a
that
high
to
five.
be acknowledged. And Silas goes to do it, but again, he's not close enough, and he telekinetically finishes.
You feel it, yeah.
Nice.
So we're gonna have to figure out what we want to do for 213, right?
Yeah, I'm kind of putting it off.
I mean, we can only put it off until 212, so I figured.
I
I'd
wonder,
just-
hey, I'm curious how our sandcastle situation here works. Like, I wonder if we left the mirror inside the sandcastle at 213. What if we all went outside the sandcastle? Like, do you think that they could come outside? Like, I don't know the rules of whatever we're in right now.
Well, I guess the rules are whatever I make them. This is my
Oh wow.
Casa Dojo house, and I shall set up the rules. And I say that no one is allowed in here unless I say it's okay. So I don't know if I really want Talron in here, or even Ivy.
Well, maybe that's it. Then we put the mirror outside. If you like, I don't know. What I'm saying is, are you just being, funny right now, or do you think that? I mean, I don't know how this magic works. Is all I'm
think
saying.
that's
So-
how I feel the magic will work.
I wonder if we put the mirror in the doorway so that the mirror was facing inwards and the back was facing outwards, that if what you're saying is true, then Talron would be put out into the woods and wouldn't be able to come in, right? And unless
Ooh.
he's stronger than your sandcastle. But I mean, this is a pretty strong sandcastle. Well,
I mean, we could test this. What if I went outside right now and Miss Robin, you rescinded the invitation to me, and then I try to come in?
what, these are like vampire rules?
I don't know. Like, that's what I'm trying to figure out right now.
Why don't we try it? I mean, we have
Yeah.
time, right?
Sure.
Okay, so
I'm
Silas-
willing to stay outside the rest of the time if this doesn't work.
Oh no.
Well, if it works, then hopefully Robin should be able to
Right. Yeah.
rescind the
Invite you back
rescinding.
in.
but I'm just
invite you
saying, if
back in, yeah.
something goes wrong, and that's fine. I know how to build a fire.
All right, let's try it.
I also just walk around all the time in shorts, so I'm okay.
Okay.
All right.
I want to offer, just looking this up a little bit, and Robin / Hope, correct me if I'm wrong. There's a little bit of like the sands, even though it's thick, it's a little thin. Like you can actually kind of sense and feel the trees just outside. Like you can see if anyone were to like approach you. So it's this is kind of a perfect little hidey hole here.
All right, I'm going out.
I will open the
All right.
door and like a butler and be like,
I will try. I will try to open the
Why?
door. I will try to open the door again in 60 seconds. So,
Okay. You head outside. Just to notice this, as you head outside, it is absolutely stark opaque from the outside.
I might
Full
have
on
made a
sand.
terrible
You
mistake.
cannot see into this hut. You cannot see your friends inside.
But we
Yeah.
can see him.
But you can see him from the
I
inside.
wonder if it was Silas is like, I wonder if they can see me, and he's like, well, I don't know, like surely they can't because they're not even here. It's probably like Maeve's ring. And then he walks over and he does start to, but then he like turns. He's like, just in case, he turns his body and he starts to, relieve himself. He had to go anyway, and so he's doing that and trying to get that done in the 60 seconds.
And Robin will turn to everyone else and just be like, all right, now to and you'll see that Robin, like the outside of the door, just kind of gets this little sign that says no boys allowed. Girls' night.
Amazing.
So
Amazing.
wait, what about Pivum?
Pivum can get out too.
Pivum's a moment later, Adam, while you hear a noise, you turn around, you see Pivum's being sort of Pivum
Oh,
Get out.
pushed through the door.
What happened, Crash?
He goes,
They're having a ladies' meeting.
Oh,
Yeah, I figured we'd come out here.
Aw.
We could do
Yeah.
some guy talk.
yeah. So how about them bears?
Oh yeah, bears. I love bears. They got big teeth. They got big claws. Yeah.
Yeah, not in recent years they haven't. But yeah,
Bears are changing. Oh boy.
yeah,
Well,
they
up
haven't
here
been
we
the
got some
same for a
big-
long time.
I like being a bear. It's one of my
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
you'd be a good one.
This
Yeah,
is good. Yeah, bear talk, man talk.
yeah. So how about
Bears.
chicken wings?
Chicken wings. Yeah. When
Yeah,
I turn into flight. Problem is chicken wings don't fly. It's bad.
yeah. I meant eating them, like large quantities of them, smothered
chicken
in
wings.
buffalo
Oh,
sauce.
no.
Yeah, yeah. Do you know what a buffalo is?
A buffalo?
Yeah.
I could maybe turn into.
Yeah,
a
no,
buffalo.
that's not the sauce though. They just call it that because there's a city called Buffalo in Éarte.
Oh
Yeah.
boy, you got a lot of cool stuff in Éarte.
Yeah, maybe you can go there one day.
Yeah, you got showers. You got buffaloes and sauce.
Yeah,
You got chicken that can fly.
right. We have power tools. If we're continuing our guy talk
Tools
here.
of power.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, 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 oh.
Oh. Yeah,
Oh.
there you go.
Meanwhile, inside, I'm like, well, now we know what happens when you rescind an invitation while they're still inside.
And then Silas shakes it off, pulls pants back up, turns back around. It's like, all right, it's probably been 60 seconds, don't you think, Crash?
so I'm trying to look up the actual rules.
Yeah.
I don't even really care. It's gonna work for you the way you want it to work, but this is so fun. You guys
It
can't get
says-
back in.
It says all other creatures and objects are barred from passing through it.
But it's something about at the time of casting, the
Okay.
creatures within the dome can move through it freely.
Hmm.
So just in the mechanicsiness of it, I'm pretty sure all of you who were present at the time are free to move in
Free
and
to
out
go
of
back
this
in.
thing.
Which is
Um,
fine. That can happen. We would
But
know.
I also kind of like that it's more about your just because it doesn't gain you anything
Yeah.
to bar them.
Well, she could
vampire
theoretically
rules.
cast
Yeah.
it again, right?
Yeah.
Like we could, if we found that out, and then it's like, oh, I'm gonna just redo this. You know,
Yeah.
whatever. So,
So I
got it,
think it doesn't cost you. It doesn't benefit you in any way to be able to bar someone you've already allowed in this particular moment. So we're gonna go forward with it because I think it's funny.
I go up to wherever the place is, and I assume
it
I
says
can't.
no
even,
boys allowed.
Does it actually like? Can we see it?
Yeah.
It's like a
Okay.
little
Yeah,
rascal,
you see it. It's
rascal
just
sign.
solid. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just that it looks very I mean it's this sandcastle that is
Right.
absolutely solid. You can't get into it. It is very airtight. You can't hear anything from it.
Hey, you
Meanwhile,
guys!
all the ladies inside are like
All right.
You
Well,
talking about bears?
Crash, why don't you, try it just to be sure? Like, can you get in here?
He goes up and he knocks on it. He kicks it. He kind of thinks about Neb and then he licks it. This is the strategy. Must always try to lick something.
Oh,
to
maybe we should try the
castle.
Fairuza strategy, and then he Silas is like grabbing, and then you can see like telekinetically he's assisting himself to try to make himself stronger, and he's like trying to pull the door completely off. Its
Unable,
hinges.
cannot get that thing off.
All right, I think the test is over. It is completely freezing out here. You can let us back in.
You can see, yes, the tip of the usually rosy tip of Pivim's nose is now very blue.
Robin will the sign will like go away, and then a little welcome mat will come up, and it says, "Where there's home, there's cookies." And like the doors will open.
All right, jump in.
Pivim jumps in.
I heard something about cookies.
And you just see Robin go, and it smells like cookies.
Oh my god!
He goes, and buffaloes and sauce. Yes.
Yes, buffalo sauce. So like that might have worked. So like, are we going to try to say that like, hey, Ivy is welcome, but Talron is not? Is that like our plan?
I don't know if I feel comfortable trying to go against Talron, and I don't know. I mean, we've tested it, but that's a big ask.
Also, I'm pretty sure at the point in where they're both going to be pulled back into this mirror, I don't know if anything could stop it.
Well, not about the pulling. I'm just saying that, like, if Talron is outside during the 60 or 90 seconds or however long he's here and he can't get to us, then that at least keeps us safe from him, attacking us.
Talron comes from the back of the mirror and Ivy from the front. So we just make the door the size of the mirror and kind of wedge it.
Yep.
Yeah, with the mirror side on the inside. It's worth a try, right?
Essentially, we make the mirror into a door.
Yeah. We're going to have to talk real fast, though, so that Ivy doesn't, because she's going to come out thinking she's going to need to run and then find herself in a sandcastle.
Well, she won't be able to, right? Like, she'll just run into the back of the wall.
Well, unless she opens the door.
Yeah.
Do
So that's
we want to
what...
put a sign up saying, "Please don't run. You're in a place where you'll run into a wall."
Did she run last time? I don't remember.
Yeah.
Do we want since I'm best friends with Talron now, do we want me to be outside and like try to talk to him and say, hey, we might be able to let you free, but what are you going to give up? Just try to like play him a little bit. I
mean, I think, do you understand him? I know that for some reason
No, but listen, I do this. And then you see Silas like does like some illusions, and it's like Silas making illusions inside the illusion of little hieroglyphs inside the hieroglyph, and he's like, doing that. And we were able to communicate last time.
Oh, okay. Up to you.
So you guys you're talking about having two different things going on, like have some people inside talking to Ivy, and then have Silas outside talking to Talron.
But don't rescind my invitation in case I need to like get out of there and I'm flying back in this hut.
Just a thought though, if we can see out, wouldn't Ivy be concerned and not trust us if she can see you bargaining with Talron?
We'll tell her what I'm doing. Tell her I'm a double agent. Say that I'm just trying to distract her.
Do we think she's gonna believe us and we're gonna have the time to explain that?
We're her only hope. We're like literally Obi-Wan for her right now.
I think, Maeve, that's a really good point, but what are we hoping to either ask or find out? Because I think if we can figure if we can figure that out, then we know whether it's even worth trying to have that other conversation or not. Like, what at this point are we talking to her about? Are we going to tell her we have the last shard?
I think so. I think we should say we found the last piece.
And ask her if maybe she knows anything about that.
Yeah, well, like what's going to happen?
Ask her what's going to happen with Talron, because he said he would be released too. and
Yeah.
see if she knows that, and if she has any advice on
that's-
like when to
Might
do
I
this,
throw-
where to do this, that kind of thing.
Might I throw one other contingency out there, which is if she finds out that we have the shard and wants it, is it possible that she's been holding on to an attack this whole time, and we're going to get attacked in a very small room?
It's possible, but here's some good news. One, she only has 60 seconds to do it. And
Yeah.
two, if we don't show her the shard, assuming that she can't like sense it or anything, then she's gonna have to attack all of us except for Silas. And then that will teach us a lot about what's gonna happen.
And
I
if
think
we
it's
let her
hard-
out tomorrow, she's just going to attack at that point in time. So
There-
if she's
yeah.
going to attack, she's going to attack.
Yeah.
So we
And-
should be ready for it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And at least it's fair and honestly the truth to tell her that we haven't put the shard in the mirror yet because we're trying to be prepared for the eventuality of Talrin being released as well. So
It's a shame I couldn't take it with me when I was not here and protect that way.
well, that might be a tomorrow thing, or maybe
Well, it might have just used up all of the times I can do that. It was very cool, though.
very cool.
At least I know what being a ghost is like.
That's kind of creepy but exciting.
Are we trying are we trying to, I don't know, what time is it right now?
I mean, you're looking probably at 10.
So we're not going to be able to rest before this. It's
Not
gonna
a
go
long
on
rest.
straight in.
No.
We could get a short rest though.
You could get a short rest.
All right.
That's good. I'll take a short
That's
rest.
good enough.
Because you're you know, if the day is in 3 parts and because of your watches your sleeps take a little bit longer, your long rests take a little longer. So it's you know, you guys you got up at like noon. You've
That's
been
where we get
going
for
for a
sleeping
day.
in.
You're sleeping in and waking up, you know, staying up late and waking up.
That's my kind of day.
Yeah, we're on a different
I
time
prefer
zone.
this to the 5 a.m. wake.
Absolutely, yes.
100%. So much better.
You're staying up till 3 a.m. most nights. So.
This is much, much better.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's much better, but it is our life. So okay, so it sounds like Ivy's coming out and we're just gonna lay it on the table and see what she says and does and can
Like
find
watch
out.
her reaction. Like really watch how she reacts to you saying, "We have the final piece." The other thing is, should I go out with Silas so there's just one other person with him? Or-
It's probably a good idea for Silas not to be alone, especially if things go wrong with Talrun.
He could be angry.
I mean, I think he's always angry.
He could be doubly as angry knowing he can't get at us or her. I mean, I don't know. Am I a liability, Silas?
No,
I
I
don't think so.
think it's great for you to go outside. I will just pretend like I have converted you to our cause, and then to Talrun's cause, and then with him anyway. And then
Okay.
if you're just near the door though, where
Mhm.
if we need to, like, you can just kind of step back inside, that would probably be great.
Okay.
And then if I need to tie him up temporarily, I should be able to do that in order for me to get back through the door, just in case. So.
Do
Okay.
you want me there as a translator? Are you sure that there's enough time for you to do the...
Like the main point of that is to distract, but then also just to see if he happens to do that, because I'm going to be trying to
Would
read
it
his
be
thoughts.
better? Would it be better then for Miss Robin to be there with you and have Fairuza in here?
Either way's fine with me.
I think it makes sense for the two people that
Okay.
can understand the bowl. To, just in case he makes a threat or something, then both of you know what's going on, and Fairuza doesn't have
Okay.
to wait for translation.
Well, I can't understand him.
Oh.
It's just the him understanding me part.
Well, then having Miss Robin makes even more sense then.
Okay.
If you're okay with that, Robin.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Okay, so
be ready.
so the GM understands.
Yeah.
We're gonna put the mirror in the doorway so that the mirror opens inside with most of you, and that the back of the mirror opens outside with Robin and Silas waiting on that side. While Robin's gonna leave the dome. to do
Yes.
this? Okay.
Oh, I don't think I can.
You not according. I mean,
Mm.
depends if you
According
want to
to
know
the
that or
rules.
not. Do you, you can
Never
have a
mind.
feeling about that.
Robin doesn't know. That's an. Can I?
Do you
can I
want to
do
make?
it?
Why don't you make an Arcana check for me?
Yeah. Okay.
That could be really bad.
Yeah, that
Well,
would be
that's
really
also
bad.
why we were sort of testing it out and playing.
All right, that's
Yeah.
a 25.
That's a 25. You
Yeah.
have a strong feeling
that I
that it would be very bad if you left the sandcastle. That you're pretty sure it would just crumble into nothing
Oh,
if you leave the area of the sandcastle.
All right. Sorry. I feel this magic I've created. It just needs me to, stay
Yeah.
solidified. I don't think I can leave.
Oh, okay.
I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, I'm not too worried. I think I
Okay.
can. He seems to think in pretty strong absolutes. So, like, the communication is not subtle or nuanced. So,
Mhm.
All right.
the visual way of doing it worked fine last time, and I was like flying around like Peter Pan, and very distracted. So this time, I'm not going to try that approach. Going to try to just basically act like I am now his, acolyte, and that we are going to, lead our dark savior to freedom, and see what he says about that.
And that doesn't sound ominous at all.
Not at all.
So it'll be only Silas outside talking with
Oh.
Talron.
Well, no,
unless
like
Fairuza's gonna come now too.
Fairuza can come.
Great. Okay,
I'm
so
on
Fairuza
first,
and
I'm
Silas will be outside. However, their invitation shall not be rescinded.
Yeah.
And with Talron, who is not invited. No Talrons allowed. Great. Inside will be Ivy, Robin, Neb, and Maeve.
And Pivum.
And Pivum. Pivum will stay in there with you.
Because we need our 1 foot tall protector.
You totally do.
Oh.
Who can turn into a giant polar bear? Yes.
A pocket protector.
A pocket protector.
I
Oh,
wasn't
that
even
was
trying to
a
do that.
+3. If you get inspiration, and I can't even give you
Yes. Okay.
inspiration for that.
I always forget to have inspiration because everything is inspiring to me. But yes, take inspiration for that.
Yay.
Thank you for reminding me, at least. I will try to do better with that. That was particularly wonderful. Yes. Okay. You guys, you still have lots of time if you want to do any kind of preparations, but otherwise we can kind of jump forward and say you're ready.
I think we're
Are
ready.
there any preparations we can do?
Meaning, like, if you want to, you've done lists of questions, you've done things like that. Whatever, I'm not rushing you to the moment.
We have one question.
I'm not rushing you to the moment, but we certainly don't have to play out, every minute getting up there.
Yeah,
if you
I was
guys
just
feel
asking
ready.
if within the group are there things that we could do to sort of.
Oh, and you're welcome to short rest if you want to roll some
Yes.
dice and do things like
Sure.
that. Please
That's
mechanically care for yourselves.
I think it just comes down to, we'll make a decision that, Maeve, if you want to do the talking and the question that needs to be asked.
What is the question that we are asking?
I think it's, did we get an answer on what's going to happen when we do this
we have it.
shard?
Can you tell us? Yeah.
and
What
then
to
just see how the
And then
conversation
I would
goes from
suggest, I would suggest if she says, yes, I'm going to be free, ask, will it also free Talrun? And see if she knows that. And then from there say, if it's going to free both of you, do you have a suggestion for when and how to do it?
Any suggestions?
Seriously, like, she knows Talron, presumably. Like, so it's like, is there some weird, apocrypha somewhere that says if you open the mirror over a flaming pit, like it will, like I said, I know that sounds silly, but I'm just saying, like,
No,
if
it
she
makes
has any
sense.
info, then
Yeah, I'm still wondering and worried that as soon as we put the shard in, we're not just going to have to deal with Ivy and Talrun, but these other rulers are going to come flying.
see if she knows about that.
We still
Yeah.
haven't dealt with the air ruler that we heard about.
Yeah.
Who's, Flouris.
All right. Well,
them
for all
or-
we know, we're gonna like free these folks, and then they all just get sucked off into their own realm, and we don't even have to deal with them. So
In a perfect
Optimistic.
veil, yes.
Yeah.
Well, I do have a suggestion. Maybe if you guys ask her first, like what will happen when they put the shard in. Because have we ever asked her what will happen when we put the final shard in? I don't think so.
Not
Ask
directly,
her
no.
first. Yeah, see, I think we should ask her first what happens when we put the final shard in, and then say, because we have it, bitch. And see then. Not necessarily with the, calling her name, but you know what I mean.
I mean, if Maeve is going to be the one asking that question, then she could probably get away with it. I don't know if I could get away with saying that.
It's true. Do we want to put up a sign that just tells her not to run?
Sure. And Robin will make like a giant banner over the fireplace.
Friendly welcome Ivy sign.
Welcome Ivy. Don't
the little
run.
happy birthday where their letters hang from some string in different colors.
As that appears, I don't think we need to wait for her to see that sign until 2:13. We should be able to take 10 seconds and show her the sign while she's still in the mirror so she'll be prepared, right?
That's true.
Smart. Yeah, smart.
Yeah.
Very smart.
So at some point, once the mirror is hung and ready, but before 2:13, I'm assuming we're hanging it and it's still got like the quilt kind of on it.
Sure, yeah.
And then pull aside the quilt and look for Ivy, and then if she appears, point to the sign.
So she doesn't seem to appear at this moment as you take the quilt off to look out. It's pretty foggy and dark within the mirror. Most of the times, if I can recall, that you have seen her have always been when you've been putting in a shard of glass. There have been some fleeting moments outside of that, but I don't think we have any answers about that yet.
Okay.
You've solved that one yet.
I'll kind of knock on the glass and be like, Ivy.
Problems?
Listen, I was gonna get there. I'm gonna get there.
At this moment, even with a knock, you're not seeing her appear.
All right. Well, at least the sign will be ready for 2:13.
All right, let's do it.
All right. As the time approaches, Fairuza and Silas, you step outside of the sandcastle. It is brutally cold. We're going to go right ahead and do a Constitution saving throw for both of you. Fairuza, you can do this at advantage.
And Robin, before, I don't know how close to the time.
What time? Right now it can be like 2:00, we'll say.
Okay.
So you got about 10 minutes. Do you need more time than that?
I think. Let me just double check this. But I think
you have time to do whatever you want before this is coming.
To clarify, I'm not stepping out 15 minutes early.
I know. I'm just
Okay.
trying to give her.
Wanted
She
to
has
make
whatever
sure.
time
Yes.
she wants.
Okay.
Yeah.
We die.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't think I can do what I want to do because I want to give you haste, but it only lasts a minute, so you won't be able to. You won't be out.
It would be a little tight to try to have that go. So yes.
I will do one thing just as we're all getting set up, and Maeve, wherever you put yourself to be the point person on this, I'll have my stone in one hand and I'll give you a very gentle pat on your shoulder and say, you've got this. I'm sure you can talk to anybody about anything. And I'm going to give you a lot of help.
Yeah, thank you.
And it's going to be I'm going to give you Owl's Wisdom, which is advantage on wisdom checks.
Nice.
Right.
Thank you very
Specifically
much.
for insight. I think that's what Neb is hoping for.
Very cool.
A little bit of like just, that weird smoky nebula kind of just pats on your shoulder, and she's like, and I'll be ready to turn into something. I don't know. We'll see.
Me too.
And Robin will look at Fairuza and Silas and just say, I feel very tapped on my energy right now. I don't think I can pull you guys in through any sort of teleportation if anything goes bad.
It's okay. We should
think
be
we're
able to
okay, right,
walk
Tyler?
through the door.
All right.
Yeah, I think we
Or
got
in my
this,
case,
guys.
fly through the door. So
Okay.
we should be okay. Save your energy for whatever shenanigans Ivy has planned.
Yeah,
All right.
we got this.
Okay. You both step outside. What are the results of your Constitution saving throws?
16.
16.
Hey, I don't want to do a constitution.
You don't want to do one.
But it's cold.
Uh,
You have resistance, right?
That
or
is
something?
cool. Yeah, you
I
either
got a 19.
and a 19. Okay,
Hey.
an advantage too if you wanted it.
Mhm.
But yes, you are both okay. You are able to, tighten up your muscles, but then remind yourself to stay relaxed so that it doesn't get everything all twitchy. But you feel it. But you are unfazed. As you step away, you now, because you are still invited in, you can see the transparency. I believe. I will double check.
It's so weird.
Maybe not. Maybe it is just
From outside.
I think it's
I think
it's
from
opaque,
outside.
no matter what.
Yeah.
So it goes opaque again, but you are still allowed to run back in if you need to. But as you look back, you see Robin placing the mirror in the doorway with the back facing towards you. And the front, the mirror is facing back in with its last little shard piece missing, which is now outside with Silas. Yes, if I'm correct. You've still got it, Silas. Right?
I do have it. Yes.
Okay.
But I'm gonna test. Like, can you all still hear me in there?
We'll go with that. We'll say yes. You can.
Can you all still hear me? So, maybe, we can just try this, perhaps. But like, if the time comes when the, the sucking off starts happening, you can pull the mirror back inside, and just see if Talron's not invited. Like, see if the barrier is enough. Like, I'm just saying it's something to try, right? Because he always goes into the mirror
To set
after.
Talron loose upon the veil.
Well, I mean,
I don't know if we should do that.
I'm not
we're
sure we
about
should
to do
that
it
either.
tomorrow. Like,
Set
Here's-
him loose a day early.
Well, but if
I
it
just want to see what
works-
happens.
If it works, we can always shove it all back outside so that he ends up being pulled back into the mirror. But then maybe we can do the reverse of that and get Ivy out. Or we can do that on purpose and then we just deal with Talron and then we
Right.
deal with Ivy.
Right. That's what. Anyway, whatever. Up to you all. It's too late now. And
All right.
Silas floats up a little bit.
All right, you float up a little bit, getting prepared for the eventual 213.
Yeah.
A little bit of smoke begins to seep from the back of the mirror, coming out towards you, Silas and Fairuza. From the front, you begin to see just a little kind of crackling of ice and fog around the edge of the mirror, as there before you stands Ivy. And on the other side,
Pointing to the sign.
we're all
like,
stands Talron. Let's start with Talron.
Down for Rizza. Like, act like we're worshiping.
Talron, he's sort of half mist, half bull, as he sort of sees the two of you standing there. He clocks you, Silas, as he's, enormous bull face with the horns and everything that's sort of half smoke, half physical, begins to look around. He notices this Sandcastle dome behind him and the back of the mirror there, and kind of turns back to the two of you.
All hail Lord Talron. I have cast detect
got it
thoughts
going?
at this. Yes. Or I do in this moment.
Yes.
And-
You hear very distinctly. He does not speak his language that you do not understand. Very intentionally, you hear, "Where is she?"
I just want to assume, and then I'm going to turn and I'm going to do my canvas again, and then I'm like, I basically draw a little crude image of Ivy.
Okay.
Is this who you mean?
Yes.
And then I'm going to say, we are trying to figure out how to get rid of her, but we don't know how, and I wanted to see if you could help.
You kept her from me.
Make a deception check.
Oh boy.
We're okay with this. That's a 20 on the die plus 6.
Whoa.
So that's a 26.
Yes.
Again, a grin almost sort of plies across his face.
That's creepy.
Where is the shard?
I I actually have the shard. So, but
wait.
because we didn't know what would happen. I didn't want to release Ivy without you being prepared for it. So, Master, I wanted to make sure that you were
prepared.
Okay. So,
she's weakened.
She's weakened. Okay. What would you have us do?
Release her. Release me.
At the same time?
Yes.
So let me just get it straight. If we do this at the same time, then in her weakened state, you can just take her out, and then we can rule the world together.
What are you saying? Oh, yeah, Silas. Yes, whatever he's saying. Yes.
He catches you over there, Fairuza, and begins to stalk a little bit closer.
And then with the canvas there, I make pictures of Fairuza and Silas and high-fiving, and then high-fiving with Tall Run.
I rolled a wisdom check. He comes up near you, Fairuza. You being tall enough, almost like the moose, same thing, sort of right here. As the sort of mist comes out of his nose as he snorts, you feel hot air kind of blow in your face. He looks to you and says, is what you hear, but Silas, you hear,
a warrior.
Yes, she is. Do I get the impression that he is reading my thoughts at this point?
No.
Okay. So I'm going to continue with the pictures.
Yes.
And then basically I'm just going to keep moving like just motion comic style, huge muscles with Fairuza, and Mighty Warrior with her axe like up in the air, like a gaffy stick. And then basically from there, I'm going to say, I'm going to like kind of motion Tall Run, and then I'm going to change him into smoke real quick. And then I'm going to do a picture of Silas's face with like the Andy Dwyer like thing on it, and like it's so and then he's like, and then literally like the word awesome, and I know he doesn't read it, but then like sprinkles like coming off of it, like sparkles.
This looks like Fairuza. It's like a circus.
Let me see. He's less impressed by this. If anything, Fairuza's kind of got his eye. She looks strong. She looks tough. Yeah, the snort has just blown her hair into like this great kind of intimidating mane around her face. And he sort of encircles her once. He looks back at that dome.
She has her messenger bag on her person. She just sort of pats it.
I want to try to ready an action as this is going on, and I don't know if this is going to happen, but I am saying that I am prepping myself for if he turns to smoke, I want to do something.
Okay, gotcha. If he turns to smoke.
Yes.
In this moment, he sort of turns his head and he looks to it, and he looks back at you, Silas, knowing that you're reading his thoughts, and he says,
"That is a nasty trick."
And charges full bore for the Sandcastle.
Okay, but he does not fly?
He does not fly.
Okay,
He's charging along the ground. He's not in
like
smoke form beyond the kind of general smokiness of his bull body. He charges, knocking his head into it. It does nothing to the hut. We'll come to all of you inside in a moment. But he just kind of does that force of bravado. He turns around and looks at you, and then sort of scrapes his feet.
Silas literally when he turns, it's just like, and then Silas is, I'm going to fly forward and start hammering the hut with my hands too.
Okay.
Fairuza, do the same thing.
So you guys go and kind of start, pounding on it as well.
Yes.
Oh God, performance checks from both of you. I never get to use performance checks. I love it. Let's see how good your acting is.
Yeah. She's like following Silas at this point because she doesn't know what's
That's
happening.
That's a 24 for
That's a 24. Silas, you're selling it, man. You're like,
why is it so powerful? They have tricked us. Why have you deceived us?
Fairuza, what's your role?
And this actually checks out because she has no idea what's happening. So she sees him charge. She just sees Silas putting pictures up. She sees so she rolled a 5. So she's like, yes. Oh, yes. Yeah. Whoa.
Once more with healing.
Okay. The bull notices that just for a moment that you don't seem as super into this like show of force and power as he would prefer. And it just kind of locked eyes with you. You should be better at this if you're a warrior. Silas, you're kind of getting this impression of like, oh, she's starting to disappoint me. I thought she was tough.
He's disappointed in how lame this is. Like you've got to step up your game here.
Okay, yeah, we're holding back. That's all, Taiwan. We're holding back.
Okay, we're gonna pause here because that's about a minute of your time. Inside, Ivy has appeared. Looking outside, you can see Talron appear and begin to converse with Fairuza and Silas. At the moment, it appears like it's going, like he is absorbed in them. Go.
I just want to say, as soon as
she reads the thing, yes, go ahead. Yeah.
When the moment comes that Talron charges,
yes,
I think I need to know when that happens.
I'll let you know.
Okay. All right, we don't have much time, as always. So, quickly, what happens when you place the shard? The last shard?
When I will be able to leave. I will be able to come my former self. I'll be able to go home and get to my people.
Will it also
You
be
must.
Talron?
Do you have it? Is it here?
Will it also be Talron? We have questions first. And if you're both going to be freed, do you have any suggestions of where or how we should do it? Is there anything that anyone has said about a way to make it safer?
There is no way to make it safer. We can only run back to our world.
How do we get back to your world?
I can open a portal. Talron can open a door to his world.
So we don't need a scribe.
And I can open a door to mine. Not for our rulers can open doors to their own realms.
Well, what happens to Talron if he just goes back to his place?
Well, Talron will never stop. He will go back. He will get an army. He will come back here. He will continue to fight to take over Éarte.
Well, then how did he get trapped in the mirror before?
Because of Julian, I assume.
Can we defeat him while he is weak without the mirror being complete? He is weakened. Can we defeat him?
Not unless you can kill him in a minute. Time is running short. Put the glass in. Free me. I will gain some of my power back if I can be out of here.
We don't have it right now. We don't.
Deception.
No, it's true. We don't. Silas has it.
There is some level of truth to that. Yeah.
Okay.
I wouldn't say it otherwise. But I'm happy to make a deception.
I'm gonna do an insight for that.
Okay, against a deception.
Against a deception. Ooh. Okay, go for it. What's your deception? We'll do a contested. You can do it at advantage, even too. We don't even need to. But go ahead and see if you get a 20.
No, I don't get a 20.
Okay. I did not roll well, so she's gonna buy it.
Okay.
Also, I'll jump in at that point and say, we also need to be prepared for when it happens. That's why we're asking you questions, so that way when we do this, we're prepared. We can't just do this now in the middle of everything.
I understand. Just when you do, find a clearing, place the shard. When I am released, I will do everything that I can to hold off Talron and create the door. We will be safe.
How long is it going to take you to make the door?
Not long. Less than a minute.
Are we risking anything with the other rulers appearing?
I don't know how or why they are not a part of the mirror. Unless
They
are there already.
Here. Well, there might be one here.
We think both of them are here. We think all four of you are here. And
well, they're all then trying to make their way to Éarte. This I know.
If we release you, are you going to try to get to Éarte?
I just want to go home. I just want to take care of my people.
Well,
at this point, it's circling around Fairuza. You begin to see it clock the sandcastle. It starts to charge. Neb, you see, I mean, you can hear it. Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
And all of you look as this clear glass, like the lion, running up to try to attack the little kid on the other side of the glass as it runs forward doing this feint. Go ahead, Neb.
I think this is actually perfect because Neb won't be inciting that moment of, I just want to get back to Éarte, I just want to get home, because she's going to turn and be worried that things are not going to go our way, and all of a sudden there is a giant moose in the sandcastle, like braced and ready, as though the bull is just going to come straight through the door, just standing there.
Are you a large creature?
I am a large creature, yes.
You can't fit.
You don't fit. The sandcastle disappears.
Oh, does it? Oh,
It does.
Okay, sorry.
So we're gonna say he gets a couple of, and so do Silas. Everyone start pounding on it, but as you sort of, have this faint fear, boom, the moose appears. The sand crumbles to dust. Go ahead.
I was going to
Sorry.
say, but before, while Neb is not inciting, I would
Yes.
like to incite.
Yes,
if I can.
absolutely. I will 100% give you the opportunity. We'll wrap this up so that we have a moment to do it. It's okay, Neb, because as you do, as it dissolves, and Fairuza, you're just kind of going like, "What? I'm supposed to perform better," and you're all kind of like, and it dissolves.
We did it! Talron, we did it!
Silas and Talron looks to you, and again, this look of glee, like you have indeed removed this protection. He sees Ivy standing there, and just as the two of them begin to move towards each other, the ice and this wind on one side and the smoke and the heat on the other begin to get pulled back, and you see both of them from either side, and the minute is over.
That was close.
What happened? Why did he actually break through the hut?
Neb the
I could-
moose just lost it out.
I couldn't hold it, and Neb was just too big, and I
Oh.
just lost it.
I was braced,
Oh.
like ready to lock horns, and now she just kind of stands there straight, looking as abashed as a moose can, like head kind of.
It's okay, Neb. I don't think anybody could have known that, getting too big would do it. So
No, it was your antlers, and just they hit the sand and it crumbled. It's
yeah,
fine. It
they're
happens.
majestic antlers, though.
Pivum,
It's true.
Pivum walks up to your hoof and taps you a little bit, and he's like,
You're a great moose.
You're okay, Neb.
That does
All right.
make
We'll
her
just have
stand
to
up a
build
little.
taller ceilings next time.
"Give me your insight, Maeve, with the added bonuses from Neb."
So it was just advantage, right? That it threw
This
on
is
us?
Yes, it's
Yeah,
so-
because of the
Great.
lots of help.
All right,
So it was
advantage.
a 19.
A 19. You believe that it will release her and Talron. You believe that she will fight Talron. You believe that she can open a door. Places where you're getting a little bit iffy is whether you'll be safe with her in her realm, and whether she's done with Éarte. The nature of done, that's where you feel loss around the idea of Éarte. One thing she mentioned and you caught on to is that she'll be more herself if she is released. And as you look over at Neb's arm and you think about the things that you can now do, and you see Silas floating a foot off the ground, and you start to go, you've all changed since you've been here. It is possible that her spending time in Éarte allowed her to change. And so what does it mean if she becomes more herself?
Mm.
What was she before?
You had talked about reflections of herself, and if this is the
Yeah.
reflection, what is she on the other side?
What is she?
So
You all
I mean,
stand in this little freezing cold. In fact, I need Neb, Robin, and Maeve. Please make Constitution saving throws.
I think that in general, Talron bought it, at least to some degree. Fairuza did such a phenomenal job
Thank you.
of selling it. Way to go on that. But yeah, like all that Talron cares about, is getting to Ivy, and Talrun at least says that if we put the shard in the mirror, that they are both going to be released, and he's going to murder Ivy. So, like,
you've got 2 points of view that support that one thesis.
Yeah. So, so what did Ivy say? And then that's fine if we want to fast forward. I heard it all as a player, obviously.
What were Constitution saving throws for the 3 of you?
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Neb?
6.
6.
Oh no.
Robin?
As a moose?
Oh, sorry. You're
Well, no, I would have changed
Yeah,
back, and that's you saw my arm. So
13.
a 13.
Oh, right.
Okay. I'm gonna say Robin and Neb. You both just have disadvantage on ability checks
Okay.
at this moment. You are so cold that doing things is hard.
Teach me to turn into a moose in the house.
It is 3 a.m. in the mid-Arctic, on a clear night.
Need to get the fire going again.
All right.
Yeah.
I mean, we can get a fire going. I can make
Yeah.
us another tent. It's not going to last all night, but I can make us one. If we want to at least start there and figure out some other plan.
Or another igloo, or another sandcastle. What do we have going on? What are our options here?
Yeah, I mean, I can make the base of the tent and use that as the scaffolding or whatever.
Okay,
for
Miss
an
Robin,
igloo.
that sandcastle is really warm. Can you make another one?
I think I do have at least one more in me.
Okay,
That'd be
if we
great.
can, like, everybody just be very small. Okay, so that goes for you too, Fairuza. Like, because you've been getting bigger and bigger. Like, do you think you can kind of like hunch a little bit?
I didn't think of that. I mean, I look at Robin's bag, and that makes me kind of nervous. I don't think I've grown any bigger, but I will say this: when I feel, I guess, upset, I feel bigger. I don't know if I look bigger, but I definitely
Deep breaths. I can, play some, illusory music, for the thing that sounds like a
Eucalyptus
spa. Yeah.
And yeah,
And
And
Lavender.
Fairuza, we'll help each other. If I'm looking like I'm gonna turn into something big, you remind me not to, and I'll remind you not to get angry when we're in the house. We have to take anger and animals outside.
zen.
Okay. So, Robin, are you going to take 10 minutes to do this? So you're just going to cast it? Okay. 10 minutes go by. Nothing attacks you. It is a really beautiful night if it weren't so cold. You just feel every little extremity, little shivers. By the time Robin's finally done creating this sandcastle around you, it's really, really welcome. And at this point, I'm assuming a long rest time is
Yes,
upon
thank
us.
you. Yes.
We will hold that for our next week. Thank you all so much for being here. Thank you, Josh. Thank you, players. Thank you, everyone at home. And please remember that we are what we believe we are. Have a good night.
Oh, I love it.
Bye.